Larry King Kwong, first player to break the NHL color barrier. Larry King Kwong, born June 17, 1923 March 15, 2018, was a Canadian professional ice hockey player who is best known as the first player of Asian descent to play in the NHL, breaking the color barrier in 1948. In addition to being the first non-white player to play in the NHL, Kwong was also the first NHL player from Vernon, British Columbia. He garnered several nicknames, such as King Kwong and China Clipper. Although Kwong's NHL experience was short-lived, playing for about 1 minute late in the third period of a game against the Montreal Canadiens, he was an exceptional minor league player. He scored 30 or more goals in a season 3 times, playing in 63 games or less in each of those seasons. His best production was in 1950-51 when he amassed 34 goals and 51 assists for 85 points in 60 games. The following season Kwong finished second in goals with 38, challenging the great Jean Beliveau with 45 goals for the scoring race. The China Clipper was a consistent point producer for his entire career. Kwong played the bulk of his minor league career with the Valleyfield Braves of the QSHL and ended his hockey career in 1958 with the Nottingham Panthers of the United Kingdom while playing in the Autumn Cup competition. In 1942, Kwong was invited to the Chicago Blackhawks training camp, but the Canadian government refused to process the documentation needed to leave the country. Larry King Kwong learned how to play hockey by practicing on frozen ponds in Vernon, BC, and hadn't had any exposure to organized hockey until he joined the Vernon Hydrophones at the late age of 16 years old. Upon joining the Hydrophones, Kwong enjoyed immediate success, winning the Midget Hockey Championship of BC in 1939 and the Provincial Juvenile Crown in 1941. With 2 years of experience in organized hockey, Kwong then catapulted to senior hockey after trying out for the Trail Smoke Eaters, the 1939 World Ice Hockey Champions. If you were good enough to make the Smoke Eaters roster at this time in Trail, then it was a foregone conclusion that you would gain lucrative employment at the local smelter. Still, he was denied work because of Larry's racial heritage and was forced to find alternative work as a bellhop at a local hotel. He was subjected to further acts of discrimination when a local barber denied him service. On March 13, 1948, Larry Kwong became the first non-white player to break the color barrier when he made his only appearance in the NHL, wearing his number 11 playing for the New York Rangers against Maurice Richard and the Montreal Canadiens at the Montreal Forum. This breakthrough came less than a year after baseball legend Jackie Robinson smashed the baseball color barrier in the U.S. After hockey, he moved to Switzerland, where he once again set another first, becoming the first ethnic Chinese coach of a professional hockey team. Although he only intended to coach for 1 season, he would stay for 15. Larry Kwong later coached HC Lugano and HC Lausanne and ventured into tennis, where he would coach. After his time in Europe, he returned to Canada, where he operated a supermarket. It's sad and upsetting to know that due to racial prejudices, hockey robbed itself and its fans of great talent like Larry Kwong and Willie O'Ree. We can only wonder how much of an impact they would have had on hockey if only they had not been obstructed by the racial intolerance of their time. What's even worse is that these men were Canadians who only wanted to be accepted as first-class citizens but were treated as second-class citizens, being forced to live a life full of unfulfilled dreams because of the prejudices of their time, and having to live more impoverished than they would have if they hadn't had to endure the intolerance of others. I hope that no one should ever have to go through what Larry Kwong and Willie O'Ree went through. They are powerful individuals for having to overcome an unnecessary stigma, and for this, they deserve to be remembered as shining lights in a dark world. In sports, as in life, you should be judged on the merit of your ability, not on race, color, or creed. If you have the talent to make it to elite levels in any ambition in life, then you should be rewarded with the opportunity to show the world what you can offer, otherwise, we all lose. Kwong died on March 15, 2018, in Calgary. He was survived by his daughter, Christina, Dean, Hines, granddaughters, Samantha and Madison, sisters, Betty Chan and Ina Ng, sisters-in-law, Janet, Irene, and Georgina, and numerous nieces and nephews. Hey hockey fans, if you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. You can also follow my blog at https://tedtalkshockey.com, and remember to keep your stick on the ice.